Dear international students, I hope you are well. As usual, today we will be talking about the University of Europe for Applied Sciences. This is one of the university based in Germany. Before I goes on, obviously, I would like to highlight that, as you know, that Germany is one of the leading country in the Europe, and especially those students who are looking to start their higher education in Germany. Germany is quite famous. It's one of the leading destination and most ideal destination in Europe, especially for students in the higher education sector. Germany is one of the country that has high level of diversity. If you see the stats, you will see that the students from 140 countries come to Germany for their international education. And according to the research, approximately zero point 0.4 million students every year they come to the Germany from the different countries. That shows that the country itself has a high quality education. If we talk about the ranking of the university, you will see that there are seven of the German universities that stand in the top 100 at world level. So that shows the German university strongly believes in quality of education. They strongly believe that the students who are coming to German university, they get the right support and exposure in the relevant course, whatever they are studying. To support this session, I have invited Sidra Faruqi. She is the Business Development Manager at the University of Europe for Applied Sciences. Sidra has very high in-depth experience and exposures in international and global education. She has been working in the same sector for the last many years, and we are lucky to have you, Sidra, in today's session. Thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you, Sagar Saab. Thank you so much for the kind introduction. And I'm happy to connect with you and the team and the students, of course, over here to have a word and regarding the amazing opportunities for the students that they can avail at University of Europe for Applied Sciences if they're planning for their higher education in Germany specifically.
Excellent. So, Sidra, obviously, it's one of the, you can say, million dollar question. You are representing the University of Europe for Applied Sciences. Uh, Before we begin the university, obviously, the student would really like to know about German as a country. Like, for example, obviously, in Europe zone, there are so many countries, and there are other major destinations as well. Like we can talk about France, we can talk about Spain, Italy. I mean, we are not talking about the English-speaking countries, but comparatively with those countries and obviously with the English-speaking countries, why students should choose Germany as a country for their higher education?
Of course, you're right that this is a million-dollar question that why should students plan and invest in their higher education in Germany? So, first of all, Germany is the home of world market leaders. They have the major market leaders hub uh, operational from over there. It has the number one economy in the in Europe, and the third largest in the world. So some of the big names such as BMW, Bayer, SAP, Google, Tesla, P&G, Deloitte, and lots of other automobile industry is located over there. Technology and innovation related industry is located over there. One of major perk of the university that student can enjoy when while doing their technology or IT related programs at University of Europe gives them an edge to explore the in-depth industry collaborative kind of study module for the students, which will give them an edge to gain an exposure and experience during their degree in their relevant fields, which can help them in their career prospects. So those are some of the points. And then and where something that students are always looking for, what sort of working rights are available to them. So in Germany, the international students are allowed to do 20 hours per week part-time jobs or work. And then students are also eligible to apply for 18 months of post-study work visa after their course completion, which can lead to a potential PR option after 3 to 5 years, depending upon what sort of work permit they are getting in Germany. So, and then of course, low living costs as compared to other countries such as UK, US, Australia, France, and other European countries. It has one of the best healthcare system and social insecurity security system in the world. And of course, once the student has the German student visa leading to potential PR settlement route, they will have the access to other 25 Schengen countries. Sadisab, I think you're on mute. We cannot hear you.
So, yeah, you are absolutely right. I visited Berlin last year in November, and believe me, I mean, the people are very welcoming, very civilized people in Germany, Okay. One thing that I have noticed over there, I'm sure this question can come from the student behalf as well. The language is one of the barriers. So, for example, even I was in a coffee shop, and when I went on the counter, and they try to speak in their like German language, but obviously I was talking in English. So I personally feel like there are so many local retail shops, or you can say the store, where most of the time uh, German language is going on over there. So how you address this one when obviously when the students also approach you as well, especially students from Pakistan. So, or for example, you guys have many students already studying over there. What are their feedback? What's overall their opinion like? How they overcome on this barrier? When we talk about the language barrier.
Another very important point highlighted by you, Sadasab, yes, when it comes to Germany or many other Schengen countries, language is kind of a barrier where the English is not their native speaking language. However, in order for us to accommodate and facilitate our students at University of Europe for Applied Sciences, since we all of our programs being offered to international students are taught in English language, so in order for them to help them in this regard, we are kind of helping them and facilitating them. We offer the German language basic level classes to students, which are free of cost in their first semester. So
Mhm.
this can help the students in getting familiarization to the language, knowing the basics of the language, which can help them in, of course, communicating with the locals in their daily life, and also it helps them in getting the odd jobs or part-time jobs in Germany. However, I've seen the diversification kind of like there is a shift and diversification in Germany overall, especially in the major metropolitan cities, where the youth is now kind of they've changed their mind and they've set the new trends, and where we've seen the youth getting interested in knowing English language as well. I'm speaking about the local Germans.
Mhm.
Yes, their older population is still they are more focused on their own cultural um uh, like cultural things, their language, and each and everything. But there is, of course, a drastic change and interest and trends that are being set by their local youth. So, yes, there is a language barrier, especially when it comes to finding a full time job and getting the settlement or PR. So, students need to know this, that if they are planning their future in Germany post their degree completion, they have to do some sort of language, especially up to B1 level, and this can help them in getting their PR or settlement rights in Germany easily, and even finding full time job in Germany.
Thank you very much for that. Before we go on the university and you start like you're giving us the briefing about that, another important question whenever we receive the call from students and they say that we are looking for fully funded scholarship in Germany, okay, and where this is some of the thing. Obviously, if we talk about the university that we are representing today, so that is contrary with that, So even this is, I believe, the private university, and if the student have to pay from that themselves, like a self-funding, comparatively with the fully funded scholarship. So how we can motivate the student that even this option could be a very good for their future change as well.
Yes, Rajasab, that's again a very important question, because whenever it comes to Germany, whenever students hear this word, they tend to think and they would know that this is something to do with the fully funded scholarship or free education. And it is something that we should, I think, make the student understand that when they are applying for fully funded scholarship at public funded universities in Germany, it's a process that they have to go through, and it's a time taking process where the students may have to wait from anywhere from 4 weeks to up to 8 to 10 months in order for them to get and get an academic decision, whether gonna get an offer letter, they're gonna get some sort of scholarship or fully funded scholarship or not. Because what happens is that the application falls into the pool of thousands of applications from all over the world, and then the international students quota at those German public funded universities is around 5 to 10% or maximum 15% in some institutions. So it's a very competitive procedure that they have to go through, and sometimes we may see that their merit of the such institution is closing at around 3.5, 3.6 CGPA. So not all the students are gonna make to these public institutions for fully funded scholarships. So what happens to them? To those students who are dreaming and planning to get their higher education in Germany, and they do not want to wait for longer period of time just to know if they are academically accepted or not. Because if you're planning to apply for a public funded university, please bear in mind that it may take a year. So if any student at this stage is planning, they may have to target September 2026 or March 2027. But whereas when it comes to a private institution, the turnaround times are very brief. We have a very fast processing system. We are giving out hefty amounts of partial scholarships to both undergraduate and postgraduate students. We are trying to facilitate them and guide them accordingly. And then another very important thing that there's in Germany, the mode of study or mode of conduct is basically can be differentiated in two ways. So there are universities, and then there are institutions or universities who have the tag of applied sciences in their name. So the difference again is in the mode of study or mode of the conduct. So most of those universities may be primarily focused on the theoretical kind of learning. So 80 to 90% would be theory, and then 10 to 20% may be a practical learning or exposure. Whereas any university that has this name in their they have applied sciences in their institution's name is primarily focused on career oriented learning and for students. So at University of Europe, we are basically focused on practical learning. We have in-depth industry collaboration programs for international students. It's an we have exceptional teaching quality provided to the students, and then 70% of the learning will be through practical training, case studies, projects, internships, additional internships, and around 30% of it will be covered by their theory. So as I said earlier, we want the students to gain some sort of professional experience and exposure during their degree. And 90% of our graduates are employed within 12 months after their graduation. 71% of our postgraduates tend to find some sort of full-time job during their degree. And students will learn in an international class through cross-border lecture. We have around 8,000 plus students, out of which around 3,000 plus are international students coming from all over the world, around 140 plus countries. So it's a multicultural, multi-diverse kind of learning that the students will go through. And we have renowned professor. All of our professors have the extensive practical and theoretical experience in their relevant fields. So this is something also the students can get. Uh, the experience and exposure from their, like, in collaborating with their teachers and professors, so which can help them out in planning their career plans in their relevant fields accordingly. So yes, a successful network of companies is also something that the student can hope for. Our students have the opportunity to use a broad range of collaborations which allow them to earn additional certificates with brands such as Facebook, Amazon, HubSpot, IBM. We teach in small learning groups in a very friendly and personal atmosphere. So this is something that student can look forward to, which can not only help them in their higher education, but again, as I said, our main and prime focus is to make them market ready in their relevant fields for their career.
Thank you very much. There is no doubt, obviously, if we talk about the public funded universities or fully funded scholarship, even we have seen in our circle, the student has to wait a long. I mean, one year is just a normal, you can say, the period of time. It's same like, for example, if we talk about MBBS quota in Pakistan, many of the applicants go to the different other countries like China, Russia, because the government have limited seat. The same obviously in the public universities based in Germany, so there is no doubt on that. Now we move to the University of Europe Applied Sciences. So please, if you can tell our students what is this university, how many campuses it has, what is the entry requirements, if the students are applying for undergrad, postgrad, the amount of scholarship, what is the criteria of scholarship. So obviously we want to know each and every single detail for this university through this session.
Amazing. That will be another very lovely discussion that we're going to have right now. So, University of Europe, as Sajid has already said, it's a private university. It's a highly ranked private, fully state recognized German university. So, all of our programs have full state recognition. It's a full-fledged German degree program taught in English language, and the students will have to meet the English proficiency requirements as well in order for them to qualify for the admission and unconditional offer letters. So, the university has four campuses in Germany. They are located in Berlin, which is the capital city. Potsdam, the innovation hub. Potsdam, it can be called as or known as the twin city of Berlin because it's only 25 kilometers away from Berlin capital, which takes around 20 to 25 minutes through metro train. And then the third campus is in Hamburg, again a metropolitan city. The fourth campus is located in Iserlohn, which is again a mid-sized innovative kind of a city. And the fifth campus is in our offshore campus. So it's the first German university to have its offshore campus, and which is located in Dubai, in the heart of business district of Dubai in World Trade Center. And the programs that we have classified on all these campuses is something again very special. So we are offering the courses in all those campuses according to whatever the industry is located in that particular area. So Berlin is the heart of the creative center in whole of Europe. So students will find a lot of course related to management, business, psychology, and a lot of other majors will be available to them over there. So Potsdam is famous because the Silicon Valley of Germany, the IT industry is located nearby Potsdam. So all the technology, innovation, and IT related programs are being offered in that campus. Hamburg is the number one digital media city in Europe. So all the art, design, media, business, management, and other psychology related programs are being offered in Hamburg. And then students will find that at Iserlohn is a mid-sized innovative city, and it's a city of mid-sized kind of companies or industry. So we are offering public health, health management, sports and sciences related programs over this campus. And Dubai campus, of course, since it's located in the heart of business district, so all the business and management related programs are being offered over there. And the entry requirements are pretty much basic. So for those of you, all the students and the recruiters who are listening right now, we should have an understanding when it comes to the undergraduate students. Again, a very important point which can be covered: why a student can should apply to a private university when it comes to an undergraduate degree program, especially those students who are coming from the background of our higher school secondary system or intermediate from Pakistan. So, and normally in German university, especially in public institutions, they want the students to have 13 years equivalent high schooling, Whereas students coming from the background of A level, they tend to qualify for these 13 years of education because A level is 11 years and A level is 13 years. However, intermediate or our higher secondary school system is equivalent to 12 years of schooling. So students have to go through a foundation year, and then if it is a university or a German taught program, and even before doing the foundation year, they will have to go through the language course of 9 to 12 months up to B2 level. German language certificate has to be completed, and those are tend to be done at private institutions, and they can cost them around 8 to 12,000 euros a year for both the language course and foundation year. So even before they start their bachelor's degree or at those public institutions, they may have to bear the cost of around 20 to 25,000 euros, and they have to spend 2 years in order for them to qualify for a German university. Whereas at University of Europe, the students will get this benefit that we are accepting the intermediate students directly in our 3 years bachelor's degree programs, and for them to in order for them to qualify for this, they need to obtain at least 70% marks in their intermediate. And for A level, we need to the students to have three subjects in A level with a minimum grade of C and above. And apart from that, the students may have to go through an online UE entrance test in order for them to qualify for the admission. And any student who has obtained 60 to 69% marks in their intermediates, or for some reason, unfortunately, they were unable to pass the entrance test, they will have to go through our 1 semester foundation diploma. So we are not offering the complete tenure of 12 months or 9 months foundation year. We would want we would want them to go through our 1 semester additional foundation diploma program and complete their degree in 3.5 years. So when it comes to the entrance test, students have a lot of questions. It's a basic test which has three modules comprised on maths, English, and general knowledge. And yes, we are giving out merit scholarships to our international students, and the annual cost is for tuition fee is 12,700 euros. Any student who has achieved 90% and above marks will get a flat 50% scholarship on all 3 years. Any student who comes with a score or marks that they have obtained from like 70% to 89%, they will get a scholarship of 30% in first year, second year will be 35%, and final year will be 40%. And any student who will go through our foundation diploma plus degree program, they will also get some sort of discounts and scholarships. So for them, the first year discount will be 15%. For the second year, it is going to be 20%, and for the final year, it is going to be 25%. So we are giving out discounts or scholarship to all the students who are gonna make it to University of Europe and are accepted in University of Europe. So in order for them to facilitate and help them in their studies at the University of Europe for Applied Sciences.
Excellent, Siva. Thank you very much. I'm just thinking I should start myself as well. Like you are giving 50% scholarship, someone has 90% grades, So
Yes.
is this like, for example, if someone coming from Pakistan and they have 90% marks, and whatever the published fee is, like the gross fee on the university website, so 50% will be automatically removed. Am I right?
Yes, the cost for 2026 has been revised. The annual cost is 12,700. I'm not sure if the website has been updated on this. So whatever the scholarships and the cost that I have just now announced in this session, those apply to the year of 2026 only. And I think the website will be updated with the latest information pretty soon as well.
Excellent. Secondly, you mentioned about the language requirements. As you know, obviously from Pakistan, psychologically, the students say that is there any option with the MOI, medium of instruction, So if someone don't have IELTS or whatever the alternative English requirements are, Are there any Pakistani universities that the Europe University for Applied Sciences accept on the basis of MOI and their language requirement is exempted?
Sadhya, when it comes to visa applications from Pakistan, the current trend right now that we are seeing is kind of divided into two sections. We have the Islamabad embassy, where
Mhm,
all the students who have their domiciles or passports from Punjab, KPK,
mhm,
Gilgit-Baltistan, Azad Jammu and Kashmir, they can only submit their visa applications at Islamabad embassy. And
mhm,
then all the students who belong to Karachi, Sindh, Balochistan, they can only submit their visa applications at Karachi consulate, the German consulate in Karachi.
mhm,
So when it comes to the requirement, there's a bit of difference when it comes to English language requirements specifically. So at Islamabad embassy, for students to obtain their visa and have better visa success ratio, it is highly recommended that they provide only IELTS or TOEFL. When it comes to the Karachi Center, we as a university are accepting MOI valid for 2 years. Like if any student who has graduated with a degree within last 2 years, plus an external test, they can be accommodated. We also accept TOEFL, we accept PTE, we accept IELTS, and we also have an internal free of cost first attempt for the students, where the student can do our UE internal English test. The second attempt can be a paid attempt, of course, but it is highly recommended for those students. Uh, Although we are accepting all these English language scores, including the MOI from any HSC recognized institution,
mhm,
we highly recommend the students to do either IELTS or TOEFL if their visa application has to be submitted to Islamabad embassy,
mhm,
in order for them to get an earlier appointment for visa interview, and in order for them to have more
mhm,
visa success ratio when it comes to all the documentation also. So
mhm,
that's the differentiation. And when it comes to our postgraduate students, we offer again a lot of programs in the field of IT, innovation, technology, business management. Our MBA is one of the highly ranked professional degrees that we offer at University of Europe for Applied Sciences. So our business school or business studies are ranked amongst the top 25 in private universities in Europe and top 10 in private universities in Germany. And then we also offer some psychology related programs. We have international public health management for the students coming from health sciences or medical sciences related background. So we have a variety of programs. We have a huge portfolio. We are offering art and media design related programs to our students. Some of the unique programs are available in that portfolio, which you may not tend to find in other universities or institutions. So there's something available to a lot of students coming from different backgrounds. Yes, we do not have engineering specific programs. We do have software engineering for both undergrad and postgraduate students. And for postgraduate, the minimum entry requirement will be a 16 years of education with the minimum CGPA of 2.5 and above. And we offer 15% to 30% scholarships or discounts to our postgraduate student on upfront tuition fee payment.
mhm,
The language requirements are the scores can vary for both the undergraduate and postgraduate students. And if any student who is interested in knowing the details about the scores, I highly recommend them to get in touch with the HSI counselors team so that they can guide you accordingly.
Thank you very much for that. Okay, Sidra, so I just want to know like how many intakes we have in a year, and according to your expert opinion, how earliest the student should start the process. Obviously, if we talk about in the UK, we are pretty much now that even 2 to 3 months time, if we start, the student can easily come to the enrollment stage. So, but in the Europe, if we talk about different countries, even like Italy, the student has to wait for 1 year for appointment. That's a bit funny as well. So, obviously, for Germany, what's your opinion that how earliest we should start the process?
Yes, it's very important for the student to understand the application and visa process timeline and time frame in order for them to catch those particular intakes there that they are planning to join. So at University of Europe, just like Germany, we have two major intakes. which are March and September. And then we have four intakes for our MBA General 1 year degree, which is January, March, June, and September. For any student who is planning to do our MBA General or MBA specializations, which are of 1.5 years and comprised of 3 semesters, we have a lot of majors available. But apart from the minimum GPA requirement, the students have to have at least 1 year full-time professional work experience post their degree completion. And when it comes to planning, um, the turnaround time of the university is pretty much fast. So we are now currently open for our both January and March intakes. If the student's documentation is properly submitted in one go over our application portal, which is of course our HSI consultants, they are our authorized agent and partner to recruit students. They have this application portal to submit your applications. There's no application fee. But if the documentation is submitted properly in one go, the turnaround time for a conditional or unconditional offer letter to be issued is around 2 to 3 working days. And once the students have their unconditional offer letter, they can go ahead and pay their initial deposit. They will get their final visa documents anywhere from 7 to 10 working days. And then they can go ahead and go ahead with their visa application process, including block account opening and all the rest of the application process that will be guided by HSI consultants team. And now is the proper challenge, that is to find a visa appointment for your interview either at Islamabad embassy or at Karachi consulate. So the minimum turnaround time at at Islamabad embassy is anywhere from 1 month to 2 to 3 months. The standard time that is being shown by the embassy as of right now is anywhere from 2 to 6 months. But again, if any student who has submitted their documentation properly over the portal, including their final visa letter from the university, which is letter of acceptance, the proof of their block account opening, the proof of their tuition fee payment, and the proof of IELTS and TOEFL. We've seen the students are getting their appointments within 2 to 3 months. And when it comes to Karachi consulate, the student may have to go through a waiting list process where the turnaround time may be from around 3 to 5 months. So we highly advise the students, if they're planning to join University of Europe either for January for general or all the rest of the programs in March intake, this is the right time to go ahead and submit your applications, get your unconditional offers, pay your tuition fees, get your final visa documents, and be ready to register yourself in the embassy or consulate visa system so that you will get your visa appointments on time. And then after your visa appointment, after your visa interview at the embassy, that visa outcomes are provided by the embassy or the consulate within 2 to 3 weeks. So this is the high time or right time for you to start submitting your applications and prepare yourselves for your further process or progress at Germany at University of Europe.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Sidra, I have seen one shift actually these days. Those students who are already in the UK and they
Yes.
have completed a master degree from the UK universities, due to some obviously political movement, immigration strictness, and obviously some of the students, they are not, I mean, overall quite happy in the UK due to many other reasons, and they really want to see a secure future. So they are looking to do a second master. And I have received a lot of queries, I mean, especially for Germany, that they want to do another master from a German university. So I'm not really sure this has come into your attention. So are we accepting the student who want to do a second master and if they have completed one master from the UK universities?
Yes, we are. And I already have students in pipeline, and I have a success story to share with you as well. So
Excellent.
we have a
Excellent.
student recently who was enrolled in a university in the UK, and then she wanted to shift it to the Germany, and she's recently got her visa on I think 3rd or 4th of October, and she will be flying to Germany tomorrow to join her classes. So yes, we have a lot of queries coming in from all our partners and students who are based in UK, even in UAE, that they want to do or continue their education in Germany now. So, Sadisa, when it comes to the students doing a second masters, the university does not have a problem if they do not have a lot of gap.
Mhm.
And we understand the students who are in the UK, they must have completed their degree or doing some sort of master's degree in the UK as of right now. So they do not have much of educational or academic gap. When it comes to visa interview, the students should be very proactive and well prepared in order for them to justify it in front of the visa officer that why now they want to do another masters or they want to shift it from UK to Germany. So
Mhm.
that will be a major key role or key thing in order for them, the students, to get their visa for Germany. Otherwise, the university has no issue. They will accept the students if they are meeting the minimum entry requirements.
Mhm. Yeah, you are absolutely right. Obviously, there should be some sort of progression actually. If
Yeah.
one the course they have completed, and if there is something that they will be getting from another course that they are applying in Germany, so there should be a clear progression. If there is no progression, obviously, more likely the application will be rejected. Yeah.
Yes, of course. If a student has done, let's suppose, masters in international business from an institution in UK and they want to do the same course in Germany, that wouldn't make sense. So they have to plan for the next masters accordingly, how it's gonna be relevant to both their academic and their professional qualifications, and how it's gonna help them out in the future if they are able to get a student visa in Germany. So they should have a very clear focus and vision about this thing.
Excellent. Uh, I do have a lot of question from student side. That's in the comment box. I will go later on with them. Maybe this is my second last question or the last one. So you guys have a campus in Dubai. If any student has started the course over there, and after some of the module or the semester they have covered, and they want to transfer the credit, so can they do?
So, Sadhu, our Dubai campus is a very strategic move. The proposition is very clear. The students can get their credit, not they can transfer to our German campuses after completion of at least 1 year in Dubai campus, that is 2 semesters. And
Mhm.
also, not all the courses are being offered at our Dubai campus. We have a very selective portfolio that is being offered over there. So students should need to plan accordingly. And if any student who wants to take transfer, another thing, both undergrad and postgraduate students can take transfer after completion of their 1 year in Dubai campus. Our Dubai campus team will help out and guide the students in order for them to go through the transfer process, and even how they are going to submit their visa applications from the Dubai German embassy. So the support is available, and we have some success stories where the student who went last year in September intake. The Pakistani students, they have successfully uh, got the transfer and the visa for the German university this year. So it has been 100% success story for us.
Excellent. And you
Any
mentioned.
student Okay, I'd just like to add in that any student who would like to, who is planning to go to Dubai campus and want to take transfer, do bear in mind that the transfer process will begin after completion of 1 semester, not 1 year, because again, it's going to be a process of 2 to 3 months. And by the end of your second semester, you will have your visa outcome in your hand, and you will then fly to join your second year or third semester in Germany.
Perfect. Apologies if you have already explained, but I just want to know if the student is applying for undergrad or postgrad, the tuition fee mechanism, on what stage, how much the student need to pay from Pakistan, if there are any installment options, how much and what time they have to pay. And if there is any registration fee, also please, if you can explain that to our audience.
Sure, why not? Of course, this is something the students are always keen on knowing that how the payment plan gonna work for them. So at University of Europe, any student who's planning to do their bachelor's degree as per the directives of the embassy and visa requirements, all the Pakistani students, they have to pay full year tuition fee um, after the scholarship. So any student who will get a 90% scholarship, the initial fee deposit will be around 5,710 euros. Any student who have received a scholarship of 30% in the first year, who had achieved 70 to 89%. The initial deposit will be around 8,255 euros. And any student who will go through foundation diploma plus 3 years bachelor's degree, after the deduction of scholarship, the initial deposit for the first year will be around 10,000. 160 euros. So the fee in the second and third year can be paid in three ways. Either the student can pay the full year fee in the second or third year, or either they can pay this they can plan to pay the fee semester wise. And the third payment plan is the monthly installment plan. So students can take up on a monthly installment plan from the university. Means there are 6 months in one semester, so six equal installments can be taken in order for them to pay the complete semester fee. However, there's going to be an additional admin fee charged to the students, which is 250 euros per semester if they are taking up on a monthly installment plan. For postgraduate students, the initial deposit is 3,000 euros only. However, for students applying at Islamabad Embassy, as per their directives, it is highly recommended for them to have better visa issue that they also pay their full year tuition fee. And the rest of the payment again can be made either semester wise, or they can take up on a monthly installment plan.
Excellent. And if in case that obviously we don't want that, if in case application is rejected, then what is the refund process? And will there be any deduction from the tuition fee?
In case of unfortunately visa refusal, the complete fee that the students have paid will be refunded to them. However, an admin fee of 150 euros will be deducted from it.
Okay, excellent. Sidra, thank you very much. You have explained every single question asked by me in details. Let me go on the audience side, what they do have, and then we can go from there. Yeah. So just a second. So maybe there will be some of the question that you have already explained, so we can quickly go through with that. What is the postgraduate entry requirements like CGPA or marks?
A minimum GPA of 2.5, and any student who has done 4 years bachelor's degree or an honors degree, they can either apply to 1 year 1.5 or 2 years degree program at University of Europe for Applied Sciences. However, who we also accept students who have done 2 plus 2, like 2 years BA, BCom, BSc, and then 2 years of MA, MCom, MSc, MBA, etc. They should also have a score of equivalent to 2.5, but they will be accepted in our 1.5 or 2 years master's degree programs.
Excellent. And how much gap we are accepting for both undergrad and postgrad?
When it comes to visa success ratio, we highly recommend a gap not more than 1 to 2 years for undergraduate students, and for postgraduate, not a gap more than 5 to 6 years.
Excellent. All right. Is the University of Europe Applied Sciences step 2 year bachelor plus 2 year master program? I think we have already answered this. Yeah,
Already
thank you.
answered this, yes.
Second master, this one you are already answered as well.
Yes.
So just a second. Okay. So I think this question about the maintenance cost, like how much the fund student should have in their accounts and for how long?
Okay, so for bank statement, the visa requirements at Germany, they do not want as such any bank statements from the students. However, for visa, purpose, the students have to open a block account in Germany. It will be their own personal account, and they have to transfer 11,904 euros or equivalent amount in their account. This will be blocked for a tenure of 12 months. This is the cost of their living expenses. This is as per the directives and the policy which is implemented on the international students for them to get a visa. So you need to open a blocked account, and you the students can withdraw this amount. This is their amount, and this will be there's a process. They have to enroll over the campus, get their enrollment letter, get their city registration, and then go to their relevant bank, get it activated, and then they can withdraw 992 euros per month. However, a lot of students who tend to find part-time jobs after few months are able to earn some sort of living cost on their own, and then they can save the rest of the money in their block account for their future fee installments, or even they can like make it as a, they can save it, they can do some sort of investment. It's their own choice how they're going to use it in the future, but this is something that they're going to get back on a monthly installment basis.
Excellent. And just wanna add up here for our students, we got a contract with a couple of companies when I attended the ISEF conference in last year in Berlin. So there are a couple of companies that are providing a complete services bundle, like they help the student to open a block account. They provide airport pickup transfers as well. If any student need to get insurance like health insurance, medical insurance, etc. So obviously we do have in plan, and I think they are not really charging high amount. I mean services are
Some of them
almost
are even giving you the free package in their
yeah,
some of their packages. The health travel insurance is provided free of cost, or some of them are offering it in
exactly.
attractive discounted prices. So HSI team is, as you can see, Sadhu Saab and the team is already aware, and they can help you out in this regard.
Excellent. Thank you very much. It's not really a question, but I think that's compliment about me. So thank you very much, Usman. He's saying that I'm the best consultant in Pakistan. All right,
That's
thank you.
your that's something that is very great. That's your earning that you have invested in this market and your on your students. So it's great to see that.
Thank you. All right. Does the university offer an IELTS waiver for undergrad and postgrad program with excellent academics? So maybe he's talking about if someone has 70%, 80 or 90%, in their academia. So will the IELTS will
Disha,
be
that's a nice question, but we as a student need to understand there are two sort of requirements when it comes to international education. We need to meet the academic requirement, and then we need to meet the English proficiency requirement. Both cannot be combined; they have to be met separately.
excellent. Sitra, I think this is very important question. The student travel with dependents. So, obviously in the UK, they put a ban on postgrad courses. It's only applicable now for the master by research and PhD courses. So, what's the policy over there in Germany?
We do not want the students to apply for a dependent or spouse visa while they are applying for themselves, because we sit in a very high risk market,
Hmm.
and it's probably gonna get the student visa refused as well. But
Hmm.
again, the final decision will be at the end of the embassy or the consulate. But we've never seen a success story as of right now. So we
Hmm.
highly recommend the students to only apply for their student visa application, get their visa, travel to the university, complete at least one semester, and then discuss it with the university to apply for your dependents or your spouse visa accordingly.
All right. Thank you. But just want to ensure if even both the spouse are applying together, then the university will not have any objection on that. Right? Obviously, the
See,
final
university is
decision.
only gonna give out the final visa documentation to the student, and the family or the spouse visa will be a separate application that needs to be done by the student and their family.
Mhm.
University will have nothing to do with that.
Yeah. So, what is the turnaround time to issue the conditional offer letter or unconditional offer?
As I said earlier, if the documentations are submitted properly on the application portal in one go, the turnaround time for a conditional or an unconditional offer is anywhere from 2 to 3 working days. Our admissions team work very fast. They're very
Ex-
proactive in this regard.
Okay, so you already mentioned obviously the German government has policy the student can work part time, I think 20 hours per week, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
And what is the policy for post study work? So, if you can give a bit brief on that.
Yeah, I already mentioned this. The students are eligible for a 18 months post study work visa post their degree completion.
Okay. So, I mean, once they have completed their post-study work, so what's the next stage? And maybe, like, obviously, we should not ask, but obviously, for student satisfaction, I mean, normally, if we talk about your students or alumni network of Europe University, what they do they come back, or they got any jobs over there? They settle down, I mean, overall, like, what's the picture?
Okay, I met someone in the same industry recently who was a German university, private university graduate, and he said that I wanted to come back to my family because I was the only son of my parents. So I met someone face to face who didn't want to take the post study work visa, but we have a lot of success stories of the students who have completed their degrees in Germany, especially at University of Europe, and then they moved ahead and applied for their post-study work visa. So post-study work visa is something the students need to apply for, and the International Student Support Center located at University of Europe will help out the student and provide them the guideline on how to submit their applications for their post-study work visa. Then they have the 18 months tenure to find full-time jobs, and as I said earlier, that 90% of our graduates tend to find some sort of full-time job in their first year. And then if they get the work permit, sorry, if they get the job, in whatever company or organization that you're gonna get it, they will get you a work permit, and then you continue your full-time job accordingly, leading to a potential PR.
Excellent. Here is another request. If you can please repeat the whole study visa process cycle.
Okay, so start your application now for March or January in the University of Europe. Get your unconditional offer letter, meeting all the requirements, including documentation, in proof of English language. And then once you have received your unconditional offer letter, you need to sign it and accept it, pay your initial fee deposit. Then the university will issue your final visa documentation within 7 to 10 working days. Then, based on those final documentation, you will now open your blocked account, transfer the living cost of 11,904 euros, get the evidence from your bank. Now you are ready to submit your visa application either at Islamabad Embassy or Karachi Consulate, and your HSI team will guide you in further process about that. Once you have received your visa appointment through this process, you will appear for your visa interview. The HSI team will help you out in preparing for your final visa interview in front of the visa officer. Sadisab, I'd like to also add over here that we do have a dedicated compliance team who can help out you and your team or your students in guiding how to open their block account or how to prepare for their final visa interview and how to submit their visa applications at both centers. We have had success stories. We have had success stories, and even the students who were applying visa from the Gulf countries and within the UK. So we also have those sort of applications in process or have been processed. And once you have appeared for your final visa interview, the outcome by the embassy or the consulate is provided anywhere from 2 to 3 working weeks. Once you have your passport with your visa sticker, now you are ready to make your travel plans and provide your flight itinerary. And prior to that, if the intake is very close, you will be asked by the university to do your online enrollment. That is to be done from your country of residence, specifically if the students majorly are going to be from Pakistan. And that's it. Travel and do your on campus enrollment and start your classes.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Dishan, we hope that you got the answer of your question. There is another question from the same students, I believe. Does the university offer any undergrad year two or year three entry program like top up or pre-master courses offered in the UK?
No,
So,
German education system is very different. So we do not offer any top up or career transfer to students. If you've done some sort of like there are students who have done or who have completed at least 2 semesters or sometimes 4 semesters from Pakistan, from some Pakistani university or college, though it can apply for the bachelor year one entry if they are meeting the entry requirements. Pre-masters is only offered to those students who are coming with a non-consecutive or non-relevant background. They have to meet the minimum entry requirement of a GPA of 2.5. Let's suppose if I say a student has done bachelor's of business administration and they now want to do psychology, MSc psychology, coaching and counseling. So those are two non-consecutive and non-relevant backgrounds. We can provide the students a flexible model. The team will evaluate their transcripts and certificate and see if the students have studied the required modules in their business administration degree, which is required for admission into the psychology program. So in that case, students will be asked to go through some additional modules or a pre-masters. Let's suppose if they've not studied statistics or anything related to psychology, so they can be asked to do those additional modules or pre-master semester. Yes, it's gonna cost them additionally.
brilliant. Sidra, thank you very much for that. We have covered almost all the questions. There is nothing pending now for almost 1 hour. So, is there anything else that you want to add up in relation to the university or any message for potential students?
My message again to them is that if you're planning to continue your higher education at University of Europe for Applied Sciences, this is the right time. Please go ahead and submit your applications for January, MBA, and the rest of the programs March. This is the right time in order for you to start your process and have the success story by the time the classes start in the spring and summer, fall, sorry, January and March intakes. And we have the potential for the students to give them out a pathway which is going to take them on a very long journey, a dedicated journey which the students will see is going they are going to excel in their relevant career fields accordingly. So there's something for everyone at University of Europe. We are the highly ranked private university. We have the potential of students to for their career placements. We have a dedicated career development center where this team is available over there to help and guide them and support them on how to write up their resumes, how to set up their LinkedIn profiles, how to prepare for their interviews in companies, how to apply and job hunt in their relevant fields. We do offer and conduct career fairs on campus and virtually also. So this and there's a diverse life for the students that they're going to explore at University of Europe.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Sidra. So the students, as Sidra has mentioned, apply as soon as possible, and we are the authorized representative for Europe University of Applied Sciences.
Yes.
Please make sure that if you have any question, you need any support of guidance, you can speak with our local offices. We have 3 offices in Pakistan. Our website's address is given over here. You can either contact them via web, email, or simply call them. And obviously, we will be providing you all the relevant support. We will not be charging even a single penny for our services. Our services are 100% free for University of Europe Applied Sciences. And I think that is one of the advantage you can take from our agency. And yeah, so that's all from our side. We will be having more session in future covering different countries, different universities across the globe. So yeah, please stay in touch. Sidra, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate. I know you have very busy schedule, which you have already mentioned to me, but we are really humbled and obviously to have you in our session for today.
Thank you, Sadisa, for this amazing opportunity for me to get in touch with you and your team and the students. And this has been amazing, and I'm looking forward for a fruitful collaboration in the future.
Thank you so much once again. And yeah, so we can wind up the session. Have a lovely day. I'm sure it should be the evening time over there in Pakistan. So yeah,
Yeah.
have a great evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.